الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. إن شاء الله بكرة طبعا هيبدأ منتخبنا مباريات كأس العالم، وحبيت إن أنا يعني حبيبنا طبعا محمد صلاح، حبيت إن أنا أعمل حاجة كده صغيرة عشانه. طبعا كل الناس بتحبه. محمد صلاح تألق وشرف العرب وشرف المسلمين كلهم. أنا جبت بعض مقتطفات من بداية حياته ومنشأه، وختمت بمحمد صلاح الانسان اللي في وسط اهله، وختمتها ختام وهو مسك باجمل اهداف محمد صلاح. اتمنى ان الفيديو ان شاء الله يعجبكم، واللي يتفرج على القناه بتاعتنا، قناه للجميع، لاول مره يعمل لنا اشتراك ويدوس لايك ويعمل لنا يعلق على محمد صلاح ويقول بقى ايه رأيه في المنتخب ان شاء الله. وربنا يوفق المنتخب بتاعنا بكره، وكل سنه وحضراتكم طيبين، واسيبكم ان شاء الله مع الفيديو.
صفقة تضم نجمنا المصري المصري محمد صلاح من فريقه السابق روما الإيطالي في صفقة قياسية وصلت قيمتها إلى 40 مليون يورو. عاد الفرعون المصري من جديد للتغريد في سماء البريمير ليج بعد تجربة أولى ولم تكلل بالنجاح مع تشيلسي. تعالوا مشاهدينا نستعرض مع بعض التسلسل الزمني لتطور سعر نجمنا محمد صلاح في الميركاتو الأوروبي تماشيا مع النجاحات الكبيرة التي حققها في كل محطة وصلها. محمد صلاح حامل غالي الذي ولد في عام 1992، عنده 25 سنة، ولد في قرية نجريك بمركز بسيون بمحافظة الغربية. بدأ مشواره الكروي مع المقاولين العرب وصعد فريق أول في موسم 2010-2011، وكان وقتها قيمته التسويقية لا تتعدى 25,000 يورو. بعد موسمين رائعين مع الذهاب وصلت قيمة صلاح التسويقية ل1.5 مليون يورو. لفت انظار مسؤولي بازل السويسري اللي وجدوا ضمتهم في تسويق كنز زي صلاح وخطفوه لمده 4 سنوات مقابل 2 مليون يورو ونص. صلاح تألق بشكل كبير مع بازل وقادهم للفوز بثنائيه الدوري والكاس، وحصل معهم على افضل لاعب في سويسرا في موسم 2012-2013. عشان كده ارتفعت قيمته التسويقيه خلال موسم واحد فقط ل 6 مليون ونص مليون يورو. في الميركاتو الشتوي لموسم 2013-2014 طلب جوزيه مورينيو المدير الفني لتشيلسي ضم صلاح في صفقة بلغت 13 مليون يورو، واستطاع البلوز وقتها خطف صلاح من ليفربول فريقه الحالي. وبعد موسم صعب على نجمنا محمد صلاح لم يفي فيه مورينيو بوعوده مع صلاح ورهنه حديث الدكة، قلت قيمة صلاح التسويقية في الميركاتو الأوروبي لتصل إلى 10 ملايين يورو، وهي قيمة الصفقة التي انضم بموجبها صلاح لصفوف فيورنتينا الإيطالي على سبيل الإعارة في شتاء 2015. صلاح قدر يرجع لمستواه المعهود مرة أخرى وقدم مع الفيولا موسم أكثر من رائع بعدما ساعد فريقه البنفسجي على بلوغ نصف نهائي اليوروبا ليج، لترتفع قيمته التسويقية مرة أخرى إلى 18 مليون يورو وينتقل بعدها لصفوف روما على سبيل الإعارة، قبل أن تنجح إدارة رومانيستا في ضم الفرعون المصري من تشيلسي بشكل نهائي مقابل 20 مليون يورو. الإبهار كل الإبهار والصعود المذهل يكمن في رحلة صلاح مع روما، فخلال الموسمين التي تألق فيهما داخل قلعة ذهاب العاصمة زادت قيمته التسويقية أكثر من 15 مليون يورو، ففي إبريل من عام 2016 كانت 23 مليون يورو، ثم أصبحت في الميركاتو الصيفي 27 مليون يورو، قبل أن تصل في الميركاتو الشتوي ل 30 مليون يورو. وصلت ذروتها مع نهاية الموسم المنقضي والتي سجل فيه صلاح 15 هدف بمسابقة الكالتشيو عشان يلفت بقوة أنظار يورجن كلوب المدير الفني لليفربول، ويتعاقد معه أرينز في صفقة تاريخية قدرت كأعلى صفقة في تاريخ بطل أوروبا 5 مرات، وكذلك أغلى صفقة بيع في تاريخ روما، فضلا عن أنه أصبح أغلى لاعب مصري وعربي وإفريقي في التاريخ. رحلة صعود صلاح بتوصل للشباب وللجميع رسالة بسيطة مفادها باختصار: قاتل من أجل الوصول لحلمك وستصل لا محالة.
انا باخد. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله.
Mo Salah's journey to the Premier League Golden Boot winner is a story of talent, hard work, and an acceptance of double setbacks and way to fame. 80 miles northwest of Cairo is where it all began. الحياة في قرية نجرين زي قرية في مصر، يعني قرية ريفية فيها طبعا موظفين وفيها فلاحين وفيها ستات بيوت وفيها أطفال زي قرية. Growing up in a modest home, Salah, the eldest of 4 children, was encouraged to play football at an early age.
أبوه كان لعيب، كان مدافع، جرى بيه وراح بيه أكثر من مكان عشان محمد ينجح في النهاية يعني. أنا شفته محمد ممكن عنده يعني 8 سنين 7 سنين، علامات النبوغ والسرعة، سرعته دي من زمان موجودة فيه من زمان يعني.
Age 14, Salah was picked up by an Egyptian Premier League club in Cairo. Sacrifices had to be made for him to fulfill his potential.
He went to school in the morning at 7 a.m. and he spent only 2 hours in school. Then he had to travel for 4.5 hours all the way to Cairo to play, and then travel 4.5 hours back to his village. And then the cycle continues 5 times in a week.
كنت لاعب معاه من 14 سنة وطلعت معاه الفريق الأول. كانت صحوبيتنا في الناشئين وفي الدرجة الأولى. كنا بنتعب قوي. كنا بنروح نركب من رمسيس، فكنا عشان نركب من العدد اللي موجود على الأرض كان ساعات بحط له الشنطة وبنط من الشباك عشان يحجز لنا مكان. ما بنلحقش نروح. كنا بنروح في ساعات متأخرة جدا، يعني كان صلاح بيوصل بيته الساعة 1 بالليل.
علاقتي بمحمد إن أنا كنت مسؤول عنه لمدة موسمين. بالنسبة لمحمد فعلا أنا حسيت فيه إنه هو هيقدر يوصل، ويعني يمكن دي كانت في مكالمة بيني وبين والده بيسألني على محمد وبيطمن عليه، فقلت له يا أبو محمد ابنك هيبقى لعيب كبير وهيوصل لأعلى مستوى.
وكان عنده ميزة اللي هو سريع جدا، يعني هو ميزته يعني هو كان يعتبر يعني الناس اللي اسرع ناس في الفرقه. فكان بدايته معانا كان باك ليفت، بس جت علينا لحظه في ماتش كده كان لاعب نادي الزمالك مع كابتن زيزو، وحصل تغيير كده في الماتش. كنا ساعتها متعادلين بيني وخرجنا فيرود ولعبنا محمد صلاح قدام، كان بياخد 3-4 كان بيجري بيهم، وساعتها كسبنا في الماتش ده. ان شاء الله يعني بدأ نستفيد منه وطلع فريق الاول وظهر بشكل كويس.
Salah knew he'd have to leave Egypt for Europe. The move came in 2010, not to one of football's hotbeds, but a rather more low-key setting in Switzerland.
It wasn't easy for him in Switzerland at the beginning. There was language barrier, there was obviously the weather situations, the food. Egyptian food is totally different from Swiss food. He had to adapt to that.
I definitely saw him a couple of games against Chelsea in Europe. I remember my intro was Bala, a decent team with one outstanding player in Mo Salah.
His habit of scoring goals against English teams in Europe alerted Premier League clubs, and soon London was calling the 21-year-old.
Mo was pretty quiet, personality-wise, when he joined. And looking back, I guess it was quite difficult for him because we had a really strong, charismatic dressing room, you know, some big names and big personalities, and he signed from a relatively small club in European terms from Basel. It was probably, looking back, very early for him in his development to sort of take on that kind of dressing room, which probably would have been a bit daunting for him.
He just never really found his feet. He was a little bit erratic. He looked like the first moment something went wrong, his confidence went through the floor. And, you know, he was amongst big names, big characters, players with huge reputations at Stamford Bridge. And he looked at times like a little boy lost.
A lot of people have this misconception that if you go to one club 3, 4, 5 years ago, and I don't want to say you fail, but you don't necessarily make it back then, people just think, oh, what's happened? But most of the time it's because the young boys and they're living in foreign countries and they struggle at times, and then they need a couple of years to go away for them to grow as people, as players, to get experience.
He was a kid when he came to Chelsea, so in Chelsea had a squad that was unbelievable. So it was really difficult. Kevin De Bruyne didn't play in that squad. That says a lot. And I think we all agree that Jose Mourinho is a fantastic manager. So it's not. Sometimes things are like that.
It's very hard to criticise Chelsea because, with hindsight, things are very easy. People were trying to use it as a stick to beat them with, because at the time it was a lot of competition for places, and a lot of players that are worth their salts in terms of Mo Salah, in terms of Kevin De Bruyne, are hungry, they want to play, and they took those decisions themselves, which I think is more credit to them than discredit to Chelsea.
In search of regular first-team football, Salah opted to go on loan to Fiorentina in Italy.
He made an instant impact. I would say Salah is recognised as one of the best pieces of business in the January transfer window in a long, long time in Italy. Fiorentina were doing everything, really, to lock that deal down on a permanent basis. And in the end, were bitterly frustrated that they got gazumped by Roma.
And the move to the Italian capital proved to be the catalyst for Salah's career.
He seemed to really hit it off, not only with the manager, but also with his teammates.
Salah's form in his first season for Roma led to the club signing him on a permanent deal from Chelsea.
I traditionally thought he was more of a winger than a goal scorer that he's turned into.
But after 2 successful seasons in Rome, the desire to prove himself back in England was too strong to resist. Whether at home or overseas, the Egyptian community is football crazy, and having produced the world's newest star is a matter of pride and influence.
I used to support Chelsea, but after Salah came, I started to support Liverpool.
He's our angel, actually. For me personally, I wasn't one day interested in any games or any footballs, but since he's been part of it, I'm joining any single minute. We pray for him always, and we wish him a good luck and good life, and God bless him.
He makes us all proud. Everyone proud of him. He's very humble guy, very genuine guy. He's real. He's not fake. God bless him, and go on Salah.
I love Mohamed Salah.
But nowhere in the world will you find a greater love for Mo Salah than in Liverpool. At the start of this season, he left Italy behind for what he felt was unfinished business in English football.
I think Liverpool were excited about him, but didn't really know what they were getting. You wondered how he would handle the physicality of the Premier League. You know, how much the slower pace of Italian football had maybe suited him.
There's the money shot. This is Anfield. 28 on it. Hopefully with English and good luck, fingers crossed.
When we signed Mo Salah in the summer, we thought we were getting a player who'd scored a few goals, who'd add pace to the side, but it'd be, essentially another attacking option for us. What we've got instead is a superstar.
And you're a touch one, yeah? Too short.
He went to Italy, it was outstanding. It's all about the potential, it's about the skills when you see it, and then even more needs the right circumstances. This club gave him the right circumstances. Now he can deliver.
I had 2 great seasons in Rome, but I said to myself, everyone was telling me, no, don't come back. But when I left Chelsea, I said many times, it was always in my mind to come back.
Yeah, I think he had a good season with Roma. He didn't score lots of goals. He made a lot. So you're thinking, is he coming as an assist player or a goal scorer? So I would imagine it was a bit of a gamble.
I don't think Liverpool's recruitment's seen it as a gamble. You've just got to praise Jurgen Klopp and the recruitment team because although everyone else was like, wow, 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 I don't think they were. They must have knew paying £39 million what they were going to get.
For the last 15, 20 years, I think we've been very poor in the transfer market, and they've fished a few good players out lately, since Klopp's arrival. We're in good hands.
This was before the Neymar transfer changed everything, when all of a sudden 40, 50 million euros looked cheap. At the time it wasn't.
There wasn't really anyone else battling Liverpool for his signature, and when you think now the prices in the transfer market, to get Salah for £36.9 million has to be the best piece of business in Liverpool's history.
I feel like he represents the team that Klopp has put together, and in a way the dream that Klopp sold us, and the way that Klopp tries to play and wants the players to play.
The system of play clearly suits Mo Salah. The style of Klopp's football, the high press has suited him, and they attack so quickly. So there's no question that Klopp's brought out the best in Salah.
He should pick people out of the transfer market that basically suit his system. Good people, hungry players. The relationship between player and coach right now looks super strong to me. He's nailed it.
I think Klopp's got the best tactically out of Mo Salah by basically saying attack.
And Europe provided the perfect stage for those attacking instincts.
a lot stronger than people think who watch him. You know, he's got that low centre of gravity where he's got big quads and he's got, you know, big glutes.
Salah's done well to win it back.
But Salah refused to give up. A penalty was awarded deep into injury time. And Salah secured Egypt's place at the World Cup for the first time in 28 years.
خلق فيهم الروح وخلق فيهم الامل وخلق فيهم ان مفيش حاجه اسمها يأس.
لا تتخيلي ابدا مدى انتماء محمد صلاح لوطنه. محمد صلاح ابن مصر وابن بر جدا لهذه البلد.
If he's able to lead this Egypt team even out of the group stages, that's going to be an incredible achievement.
Yeah, we do our best to go as far as we can.
All over Egypt, you can't escape Salah's image. Despite relocating to Europe, ties to his village remain strong. His wife...
أنا بحب محمد صلاح وأنا جيت الأكاديمية دي أتعلم وبحلم إن أنا أطلع زيه. قالوا إن إحنا بنحبك جدا لأنك ابن بلدنا وشرفت مصر والعالم كله وإن شاء الله تكمل من نجاح لنجاح. نفسي محمد صلاح يبقى لاعب في العالم إن هو يكمل مسيرته الاحترافية ويدفع رأس الأندية.